Hi friends, it's Becky, and last week Bargain Bead Box, or Bead Box Bargains, the sister store, put together some little anniversary bundles for their 10th anniversary. They've been doing bead boxes for 10 years. We love them on this channel, and they're one of the most popular bead boxes out there. So we were really happy when they put together all of these little bundles, and each of them was very limited in quantity, so they are not available any longer as a bundle. Some of the items may still be available on their store to purchase, but I don't have the product numbers on these bags, and there wasn't a list of them on the on the thing. So yeah, anyway. So what we're doing is I did not get all 7 of these. Some of them sold out super quick, some of them I just wasn't into. I did get a few, and my sister got a few, and between the two of us, we got all 7 of them. So we're taking turns opening them, organizing them into some organizers, and then doing a little make with them, either at the end of the unboxing or maybe later. But I'm going to try and do a little design with what I've got in here. For this one, it's the Smoky Citrine bundle, and I'm going to be putting them in here in the organizer. We're going to be making with it, and I will also link to the first and second bundles that we unboxed and made things with. The first was during a live. It's going to be awfully chatty, but it's the late night beading that I usually do on Friday nights. If you didn't catch that while it was live, you can always watch it on replay. And so I'll put a link to that in the description below. And I'll also put a link to Jenny's unboxing of the second bundle. It was a Southwest inspired one, and she made a fantastic necklace and earring set. Oh, I love that. There's even a little leather cord to put that on. How fun is that? Okay, maybe I will make some earrings to go with this. All right, so this is the entire bundle. Let's get started with this, and we'll get this in there. So we are going to be alternating. She's going to do one, I'm going to do the other, all the way through until we've gone through all 7 of them. So that's something to look forward to this week. All right, so now we've got some 8mm citrine round beads. This is a 15-inch strand. Let me get this opened. Let's take a look at it. I have to grab my dish and something to open up this strand with. All right. Now this is citrine with a lot more brown in it than I've seen before. Sometimes the citrine that I've seen has been more yellow, but I really love like these burgundy colors that you can get in this citrine. It is really beautiful. So yeah, let's get this cut open. Looks like we've got thread. There's on. These are 8mm, but it is a 15-inch strand. So it's possible that I might need to do a second section for this, because it's going to be a generous amount of beads on this strand, these gemstone beads. There we go. Yep. And now we've got some smoky quartz. Oh, I love this. These are these nugget beads. They're almost like heishis. This is a 7-inch strand of these. Oh, look at these. Aren't they pretty? I love the smoky quartz. They're like organically square. Alright, let's get these guys in here. And this may end up being something that I need to do a second section of. It is 2 sections for my gemstones so far. I'm already picturing what I'm going to do with these for an earring. Actually, I am getting inspired just doing this already. All right, where are my other beads at? There's a lot of metals in these. but there are also some beads. I've got some 4mm crystal faceted bicones. These are 12 inches of these. And it looks like it's in this light champagne color. That is beautiful. Alright, let's get this undone. And then some 6mm crystal faceted rondelles. Bead mix in Vintage Peach. There's a 6-inch strand of this. So it looks like we've got some light ivory colored beads. All of them seem to have a bit of a luster finish on them, so they sparkle. And some champagne colored beads, and then some dark mushroomy gray beads. This is a great mix for this theme, I think. Alright, so that's the beads. Let's get some of these. We've got some nickel 3.3mm spacers. There's 100 of them in here, along with some rice husks. This is an antique copper. I do like antique copper findings. Here's some more spacers. These are 4.5mm pattern cubes. There's 20 grams of them in here. Or is it 20 pieces? I'm not sure. They have this cool design on them. And then we've got some hammered coin beads. These are also metal. They're 17mm in size, and there are 4 of them. You can see they're the same on both sides. This is what the edges look like. They've got a hole down the center. Then we've got some tube bales. This is 5 by 8mm, and there's 4 of these. This is a really good size tube. I think this would actually fit really well on some silver silk capture chain. That's a good size for that. I'm gonna put those over there. And then we've got some bead caps. These are 8mm in size. There are 20 of these. And some of them are upside down and some of them are right side up. And looks like we've got some dotted bumps on them, so we've got some texture amongst ours. And then some toggle clasps. This one actually has a number on it that you might be able to look up. 2 of these. And then the citrine heated nugget pendant. Take a look at that. That is kind of a fun and funky pendant. And then you also get this bonus cord. It looks like it's some faux leather cord that already has some crimp ends on and some hardware. So you could have an immediate necklace if you wanted, without having to add anything else to this. Or I could use some of the other bits here. Like this chain, or I could string some beads on and have it go through like that to make a necklace. Let me think about if I want to do it this way, or if I want to make some earrings with this, or if I want to use this chain. This chain is textured cable chain. There's 1 meter of it. It is 5 by 3.5 millimeters. For that textured cable chain in that antique copper color. Now, we've got the antique copper findings right here, these loops on there, but we've got silver on the edge of this, so I think I am actually going to use these in a different project at some point. Go ahead and use these. Some of these. Some of that. Some of this. Let's go ahead and make a little necklace with these. Just already and automatically. I'm going to save a couple of these for earrings. They're a little bit on the heavy side though, so maybe not earrings. Yeah, I'm liking that. I am liking that. And then use this for the back end. Alright, let's grab some wire, some beading wire, and some crimps. Looks like my copper crimps need to be replenished, so let's go ahead and stick with some gold crimps. They will blend in a little bit better with these copper colors, I think, than, or the citrine colors, in fact, for my crimps. Alright, tools. My favorite way of crimping is using a magical crimper, so I'm going to go ahead and use that for this design. I'm going to just do a short strung portion here and attach one end to this ring and one end to one end of this chain, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll attach it to one end of the chain, and we will have a necklace, beaded necklace with some chain on it to go around through the back. So the first thing I'm going to do is start stringing this guy. I'm going to do a citrine, spacer citrine, and then one of these metal coin beads. And I'm going to repeat that until I end with a citrine spacer citrine. Just like this. Super quick, super easy. I like the organicness of this pendant. Organicness is a word, right? It's got to be a word. All right, go. All right. Now I'm going to make myself enough room on this end for crimping. And enough room on this end for crimping. I'll just give these a snip so I can string the other end. So I'm going to string both of these at the same time. I really do like this. This is really nice. Am I going to do an earring? I think I might, actually. No, I'm just going to do the necklace. I can do earrings later. Alright, and yeah, you want to leave like about 3 inches on each end on a strung piece like this so that you have enough wire for crimping. It's just because you got to bend it back on itself and all of that fun stuff. So I grab another one of these for this end. Here we go. And now let's get these ends connected to my rings. I'm going to put my crimp on. I'm going to go through these rings. And it looks like they are split so I could open them and then close them, but I don't have to. Not for this. I can just bend my wire back through after it's looped through that. Narrow my loop. And I could connect it with some jump rings, but I'm just going to connect it directly onto this using the wire. I usually find with this wire, this is the Softflex wire medium, it has a really durable nylon coating, so it takes a lot of work to wear through it or to fray it, and it's also really flexible. So I don't need to use wire guardians with it. And with this crimping style, I don't need to use crimp covers because I end up with a nice smooth little ball of crimp like that. So that's why I like that one the best. Okay, so that's one. Let's do the second one. And I'll slow down and describe what I did with the crimper and move in a little bit closer for you so you can see it. So there's this little concavity in this crimper if you've never seen it used before. This is how you work it. You want to center your crimp right there in that concavity and do a little smoosh. And see how it just flattens out the corners of the crimp. It is not done crimping yet. You need to come in at a 90-degree angle. Make sure it's centered. Give it another smush. Come at it from another angle. And just go around, doing it at different angles. Make sure it's centered each time you do. And as you do, it smooths out all of those rough edges. And like I said, a smooth little ball of crimp when you're done with it. All right. So now that I've got that crimped, let's get our chain measured and cut. I'm going to grab both ends of this and see where I want it to hang. I'm just going to hold it against my neck real quick. Okay, so I know where I want that to hang. I'm going to grab my chain, put it around the back of my neck just to measure how long I'm going to want that to be. Make it a little bit shorter because of the stuff. And is this a split ring? It is a split ring, so I can use my tools to open it instead of cutting the chain. It's going to be nice. So yeah, you can just split the chain like that. Alright, I'm going to put the rest of this chain away. And I'm going to figure out what half of this is. The best way for me to do that is to take like a scrap piece of wire. There's one. And put both ends of my chain on. This is just to find the halfway point. It's a super quick and dirty way of doing it without having to measure it or do any sort of math. And it looks like that halfway point is right here. So let's open up one of these. There. That one. Gonna just swing it open. Remove that link. Oh, I need to swing it open a little bit more. Whoop. Where'd you go, buddy? There it is. Alright. And then I'm just going to close it, that same link, by twisting it back together. Like that. Perfect. So now I have my two lengths of chain, and I can use my crimp to crimp each end of my necklace to each length of chain. So I'm just going through the chain with my loop, back through my crimp, Ellen, everything is okay. Ellen would like me to be done with this right now. Right. You're okay. That was not close enough with these snippers. There we go. Alright, and last one. Gotta put the crimp on first. Then go through my loop on my chain. Right. I like to make sure that there's a little bit of space between the next bead and my crimp, just using my fingernail to create that space. Okay, there we go. It was rotating a little bit too much for me. I wasn't able to get it at a different angle, but now I can. So, there we go. I've got that coming out of there. And now, let's attach the toggle clasp to the end. Grab a couple of jump rings for this. Now the jump rings did not come in this collection for this bundle, but that's okay. It's one of those basics that it's good to have on hand for jewelry making, so I try to make sure that I've got some. And these are 6mm jump rings. Looks like 18 gauge wire. So I'm just attaching my clasps to my chain, just using the jump ring. Close that up. Alright. And there we have a necklace designed on the fly using the beads and findings that came in the Smoky Citrine Anniversary Bead Bundle from Beadbox Bargains. There we do. So my sister's going to do the next one. It will be the Kitty Cat one, so pay attention or keep an eye out for that. If you want to hit notifications on our channel, you can, so that you'll get notified when we get that uploaded. She'll be unboxing it and then making something, probably with my mom, because my mom is still visiting. So they'll get something made together. It'll be really fun. It's the Kitty Cat bundle. And then after that, it will be me all the way through until we go through all 7 of the bundles. Because again, neither of us got all 7, but between the 2 of us, we did. So we've got you covered on these. Until next time, I am going to put links in the description below to where you can find the other videos, where you can find Beadbox Bargains, and if you want to subscribe to Bargain Beadbox, we have a coupon code you can use to get a couple dollars off your first month subscription. Until next time, my friends, happy beading.